want to move your life forward in the most positive way using astrology? Then let's talk about the astrological patterns for July 2015. July is interesting because we begin and end the month with a full moon. And I mean that literally. On the 1st of July, we have a full moon in Capricorn. Now, the Capricorn full moon is interesting because it is a moment during the Sun in Cancer time when we have some organized, grounded, administrative energy. Remember, during the Cancer month, everything is emotional, and it's particularly so right now because we also have Mars in Cancer. So that creates even more emotion and sensitivity. So that full moon in Capricorn gives us the opportunity to ground our energy and to get in touch with our ambition and to make something happen. And what's also interesting about that full moon is that Venus and Jupiter are conjunct in Leo on that same day. So that highlights a bunch of confidence and really feeling good about yourself. Do something with it. Be ambitious, get a plan, be organized, move something forward. This leads us to another really interesting time during July, and that is from the 8th through the 21st. On the 8th, Mercury moves into Cancer and it joins the Sun and Mars. Now that's going to supercharge emotion. That's when we get really sensitive. So if you have any planets in Cancer, you need to understand that your sensitivity may be higher than normal, or you may just notice everybody around you is a little bit cranky or sensitive or very sentimental. We're also going to have Saturn in the last degree of Scorpio at that time. And then, of course, we also have Neptune in Pisces. It just makes this kind of mushy ball of emotional energy that can be used for creativity. It can be used for channeling wonderful energy to your family. But you have to be aware of how psychic, how creative, how nurturing, and how sensitive all of that energy is. And the peak time frame is when there is the new moon on the 15th in Cancer. That's when it really peaks with emotion. So be aware of the heightened sense of emotion and sensitivity in the month of July and channel it wisely. Use it with creativity and really be aware of your psychic potential. That leads us to the 25th of the month when Venus turns retrograde. It's going to go retrograde in the very beginning of Virgo, and it's only going to spend about 5 days in Virgo before retrograding back into Leo. And remember, this is a long cycle for Venus because of the retrograde cycle. It stays in Leo until October. I'll talk more about that in the next video for August of 2015. Now, on the 26th of July, we have Uranus turning retrograde. And this is interesting because Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto will all three be retrograde for the next few months. This is an important time for integrating big issues that are happening in the world. This is a moment when we can integrate and digest a lot of the change that's been taking place. And as I said at the beginning of the video, July begins and ends with a full moon. So on the 31st, the very last day of July, we have another full moon and it's in Aquarius. Now what's fascinating is because it's very fiery and Aquarius is an air sign. So the moon will be in Aquarius, but that's going to be the only planet in an air sign. We're going to have 5 of the planets in the zodiac in fire. So that's going to be a very dynamic full moon. Normally, with the full moon in Aquarius, this is when we focus on brotherhood or sisterhood. This is when we connect with humanity. This is when we step back and we love each other from a bigger point of view. And with all those planets in fire, we're going to feel this with a lot of enthusiasm. So to summarize the astrological patterns for July, remember, the month begins and ends with a full moon. On the 1st, it's a full moon in Capricorn. On the 31st, it's the full moon in Aquarius. And please be advised of that special time frame from the 8th of July through the 21st, peaking at the 15th, when we have all those planets in water signs and all that emotion swirling around us. And then towards the end of the month, Venus turns retrograde on the 26th. Take care, keep grounded, and get your emotions flowing harmoniously. Thank you. I'm Kathy Rose.